Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about the source charts. This is a mandatory assignment that we have from our department, which also came from the state office. We want to make sure that students understand how and when to quote things, where they're getting their information from, and basically how that all works in a paper. And so for the sources that you've chosen for the researched argument, two of these, you have to use your best three sources, okay? Two of them have to be your peer-reviewed journal articles. The other one can be whichever one is left, okay? You have three sets of grids, source charts, and you have a template, okay? Now, I would encourage you to do the initial filling in however it works best for you. If you are totally computer oriented and you can keep track of these things online, great, okay? Or, on your computer, on your device. I'm old and I still prefer to handwrite everything first. That's how it gets in my head, out of my head. And so I will kind of pop this off and write all over it and then type it in so I have a thing, but that's just me. This assignment, okay, we also have the assignment, walk through it first, okay, and so you have your three sources. The source chart, the criteria is off to the far side, and it says, MLA works cited citation for the source. Okay, so you need then, whichever source you're using, you need to put in the completed MLA works cited citation. So whatever you would put on that last page. Author's last name, article, where it's found, when you found it, all that fun stuff. The genre. What kind of article is this? Okay, it's a peer-reviewed journal or it's a newspaper article. Okay. Online news articles, magazine articles, books, textbook, government agency, professional organization web pages, business web pages, all kinds of things, okay? Then you have to tell us whether it's scholarly, which two of these have to be, popular, or trade. Trade is anything that is specific to that specific discipline. So if I'm talking about my chamomile paper again, I'm going to use trade for things that are about herbalism and that kind of stuff. Evaluation. How do you know this source is credible? Okay, well, it's a peer-reviewed journal. Here's the deal. But if it's not a peer-reviewed journal, if it's a popular source, then you have to look this person up, right? According to New York Times, the author is best-selling author and Pulitzer Prize winner, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so why should we believe them? Okay. And then you need a one-sentence summary of the entire source that includes the author's name, the title of the source, the genre, and the central point or thesis in your own words. Okay. This is New York Times article attached to technology and paying a price. Matt Richtel describes several negative effects of the constant use of technology. Okay, not hard. And then you need, I'm making sure what I have here. You need your first quote and your second quote. Okay, so quote number one, choose a quote from the source that would help you to explain one or more of the source's most relevant ideas to your topic. Okay, write that down. Now, use your own words to explain what the quote means. That's a paraphrase. Okay, and your assignment sheet also gives you places to look in our Norton book to find things. Chapter 50, chapter 53. Page numbers, the Purdue Owl. Integrate and cite the quote. So put the quote into a complete sentence with the correct in-text citation. And then explain how the quote relates to your thesis and or research question is your synthesis. And you get to do that for 2. Okay. and then the source paragraph. Okay, what you're going to do then is use what are going to be green on Blackboard. I don't know if your printer will do the print part, but the summary sentence, the paraphrase quote, the integrate and cite, and the synthesis are going to go into the source paragraph. And basically, as you compose the paragraph, revise word choice from the chart to clarify concepts and add transitional words and phrases to connect ideas. Make sure that you are using academic tone and style. So try really hard to stay away from first and second person. Try really hard to stay in past tense. That's just how it works. And then, you know how to summarize. You get to do that for 2 quotes in each of the 3 sources. Okay, so you're going to have 6 quotes. You may not need all of them for your paper. You may need more than that for your paper, but 6 quotes for the source chart. This is, it's sort of like learning English grammar. Okay, this is stuff we know that we need to do in order to have a good research paper and not plagiarize. And so this is just us making it conscious. You have to write it down. You have to show us where it comes from. You have to do this work with it. And yes, it's a little bit tedious, but it's necessary so that you develop good habits and things to move forward. And this is also, the source chart template is worth 10% of your overall grade in the class. The research argument paper final draft is worth 20%. And so this is a big stakes kind of, half your big stakes kind of stuff is right here. So keep that in mind. Do your work well. Ask questions along the way. We will do, the source chart is a source of assessment from the outside world for the class. And all the English 111s are getting done this way. And so what I'm going to do with you is we're going to walk through this. You're going to do a rough draft and turn it in. I'm going to look at it, tell you where to change some things, and then you're going to give me the final draft as 10% of your grade. I never want you to turn in a high stakes paper basically cold. Now, when we get to the very last thing we're doing this term on the public piece, that may be a little bit different, but all is well. So walk through the assignment sheet carefully. See if there's anything that you don't understand. Send me an email if you don't understand. Ask questions. Always ask questions. I'm always happy to help. So we'll work on from there. We still have, like I said, the public piece and analysis to do at the end, but this is a big chunk of the rest of our semester. So hang in there, do what you got to do, and ask questions when you need to. You know where to find me.